All right. Painting arm. Faces. Hello. How's it going, people? How was your weekend? Nom 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 snackies and a badger. Movement trays? You can finish today? Ooh. Ooh. Weekend was a very drunken one? Oh no. Underhive. You need to take care of yourself. Yo! How goes Angel of Death? One less runner to keep track of. I'm doing alright. I just got back from grocery shopping. I was not 100% certain I would be able to eat all of the nuggets before stream started. Yep. Uh, 15. It was just 15 nuggets. Oh. A Harridan? Ooh. I still don't own one of those. Oh, I did decide I'm going to use Flat Earth Brown instead of black as my primer coat. I figured this stuff shouldn't have a natural black to it, unless I'm actually painting black. They were plain. I didn't have time for hot sauce or cheese. But yeah, I'm gonna prime this color. That way there's no natural dark blacks. Ah, okay. Okay. Woohoo. So this weekend I worked on building the new Votan unit. We've both gone solo. Yeah. Hey, Resin. It's going alright. I'm looking forward to building the blue retinue. Well, here's the thing. These ones have already been built. And some of this has already been used. It's just I might need some of the, like, falchion arms. So, 110. Hahaha. But yeah, the foot knights for the blue retinue call for sword with mail, so it'll be this and that, and so I'll need some of these ones along with some of the next one. So some of these are already missing the models. We're going to be using all but one of the bodies for the combination of red and blue retinue. But some of the shields come off of one, and then you take the other shields from another one. So it's kind of a back and forth. But there are 27 models in here, so I have 27 bases to clean up first. Nice way to start the project, right? Have all the bases ready. Doesn't take a lot to clean them up, but it does take a little bit of effort. Yeah, I built up the unit of Photon that I need for the month to continue on the monthly project there. Still need to get out and prime, but the weather's been a little bit questionable. I don't know, by the time I get to priming, it might be that I have all of these models built as well, which would be cool. I can already prime the red retinue, but, you know, I got the blue retinue and the barricades still to go. What else? Yeah, questionable. So how was everyone else? How were their weekends? Huh? Any hobby getting done? Got your cavalry done over the weekend. Heck yeah. Exercise. Yeah, I've been looking at the cavalry options for Baron's War, and yeah, I haven't purchased them yet, but I think I'm gonna be buying some of them in the future. But I also have a dilemma. I think that the mounted knights, I don't need anywhere near as many as I need the mounted sergeants. Looking at what weapon options and how they look, I feel like I need to keep the knights to just the name, you know, the highest level of troops. Not even troops, but the actual nobility. So I'm thinking if I got one box of mounted knights and then, like, I don't know, 5 boxes of mounted sergeants. Yeah. So I think I might have to do that. I don't know when that will be. Being that I'm currently, you know, trying to not spend a whole lot more money on models at the moment. I did just kind of spend a lot the last few months. So trying to take it a little bit slower. But I definitely like the idea of getting several dozen mounted sergeants. You know, when you figure these command group models are, what, 23 points apiece? And the sergeants here are 26 points apiece. And I'm sure the mounted ones cost more than that. I mean, yeah, you know, have 1,000+ points just in mounted. Sounds right, right? Yeah. But I need to finish this box first, I think, before I go into anything else. Yeah. Because I have several retinues and planned expansions that I want to do. So it makes sense to focus on these two 500-point retinues and then build out, I don't know, maybe in 500 or 1,000-point retinue blocks from then on. I'm thinking if I do, you know, two 500-point options at one time. They don't have to be two identical 500-point, you know, not together. But, you know, I can design two 500-point retinues and work on them at the same time. I don't know. Maybe by the time I'm done with this 1,000 points, I'm gonna be good for a break. Who knows? So many options. Scraping bases is not the most exciting, but once I get them done for these 27 models, I don't have to do it again. So I mean, I have enough. I could probably just work on the ones that I've already scraped. Yeah. Not that I'm going to keep each of the 500-point retinues to a single force, but having it as a building wreck. Just to keep a theme and a pace and sizes of projects reasonable. Cal, welcome in. How's it going? Oh yeah. Wake up. Oh yeah. Always fun to wake up to that. So I'm just trying to get the rest of these little bases cleaned up. Doing alright. I got first apples of the season. Pretty happy about that. Yeah. Yeah, scrape, 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 scrape. Scrape, scrape. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about getting to working on the blue retinue. I still haven't decided on the color scheme I'm going to go with, but still have to build them. But this one has the Baron has a two-handed weapon. Well, I don't know if it needs to have blue. I will probably do a loyalist Baron, but I'm not sure which one yet. Because the red retinue, I decided which I was going to do, and it's going to be a... the Baron himself has a yellow and red heraldry. So... I mean, it's possible. Welcome in, Dork. How's it going? Well, I'm almost done with these, you know? This is how many levy I have to build. We're just gonna put these aside for now. I'm not gonna get to all of them today anyway. Well, Cal, I'm gonna choose one that's based on a heraldry that was going on. I'm doing alright, Dork. I know there were a few yellow-blue, and I think there was a couple of blue-white. So blue-white would go well with yellow-red. Push that onto the floor to take care of later. Alright. Okay. Where were we? Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of different heraldry out there. Okay. So the Baron has mail and a two-handed weapon. I don't think the axe makes sense, so I'm gonna do this sword. So. That goes with D2. And that needs a torso that doesn't have an arm holding a shield. And then I'm gonna go with this helm. There we go. That makes sense, right? Flat top. Oof, that is focused. There we go. We're gonna go with this for the Baron. The Baron's helm. Yeah. All right. So we just need legs. He's charging forward. We going with this one? We're going with this one, aren't we? He's going in for a swing. And then I think I'm going to give him a pouch. For the sake of having a pouch. And we're also going to give him a sidearm. A single-handed sword. There we go. And then I think that's everything I need for the Baron. So let's build the Baron. Aha. Baron's Walk. Nope. Yeah, the reason I'm thinking I'm only going to get one of the boxes of mounted knights is that they all have the full barding, pretty much. They're quite covered on their horses, so I don't know. A lot of wargaming, yes. Whereas the sergeants look like they have more of what I would expect of this era knight would have. Could be wrong, but But yeah, I think if I just leave those for the, like, the most... Well, I mean, I guess just for the mounted barons. If I only get one for the mounted barons, and left all of the rest as the sergeants. I mean, Mustache, have you looked into each of the boxes? Do you know what I'm talking about? The differences? Yep. I'm aware of that. Like, I'm putting... You know, I put bow arms on a sergeant body. I put, I think padded armor sergeants on a peasant levy legs. Here. Let's pull this up. Pull that. Hit. All right. There we go. You can see my screen. Okay. So, the mounted knights all have the full front and back to all of their, you know, they have fabric. I'm pretty sure is part of the horse. Yeah, it's just on the horse. Like that. Whereas the mounted sergeants don't have that. Comparisons? Yeah. So I think if I got one box of this just for the barons, and every other one in there was mounted sergeants, I mean, maybe 2 boxes of the mounted knights, but I'm just thinking that the sergeants look more... Hey, Painty Paint Paints. How's it going? But yeah, I'm thinking the sergeants make more sense in general. Like if I had, I don't know, say 36 mounts on the field, and I had all of them being with the comparisons, it's weird to do that. I don't think it would look as accurate as I would want. Super non-friendo. What are you talking about? 1? Well, this is a... there a better two-handed weapon? There's never a case of too many. Come on. I mean, I guess that's... I guess I get to choose between either a falchion or a axe? That feels a little bit weird. Do the sergeants have any other two-handed weapons? They're not fully armored. Hmm. No, I guess the two-handed sword is this. So yeah, I mean, knights could have... It's the Baron. The Baron is using a two-handed weapon. I'm gonna go with this over the axe. Yeah, there is no such thing as too many of this. Come on. I mean, each box has a dozen mounted troops. Like, I'm not thinking about buying, 30 boxes of them. I'm thinking about buying 5. Just because it's more than I could technically field in one game doesn't mean anything. And 5 boxes of mounted sergeants would still be less expensive than a combat patrol. Oh, man. That feels so wrong. Okay. Velde! I'm doing alright. I'm trying to line up the torso, the right arm, and the left arm with sword. Always a fun little task when there's 3 different pieces. Doesn't seem as bad. It seems like it went down pretty good. It actually went together easier than I was expecting. That went together quite easy. Ooh, movement tray tufts. Nice. Okay, now he's swinging into this. Him to be. Yeah, that seems reasonable. And then he'll have a sword over here. And this side will get a pouch. So, as far as today goes, Velde, I am on my first one. There we go. He's going in for a swing. I can come over here and change the blue retinue to 1. Ha ha ha. "40 minutes in. We've built 1 model. Yeah. Alright. Now, the 5 knights are all male medium shield. So. And this should finish off the foot knights for both sides. So should be able to put some of these sprues off to the storage bin instead of out on the table after this. All right. Yep. So this doesn't have any more legs or torsos. This is the torso with the pointing arm for the bannerman. So that needs... Where is it? It said Sergeant. Yep, this one. Sergeant's spear for the banner. They have a different pointing guy? Ah, it's this pointing hand. See, I almost got the wrong pointing hand. Alright. And then... they all have medium shields, so... that is 5 medium shields. One part that is a little bit weird is that they're technically 5 knights and they're all getting swords, so I guess the bannerman also needs a sword. There we go. And he's also going to get a shield. I'm going to put the shield on his back because he's busy holding the banner. That guy, these. And then... which heads do I want to give this? I mean, I could do... so they're wearing mail. So any of these would work. I'm thinking I go with... if I went with the more armored ones for the previous one, we go with the more rounded, less... yeah, words. Words matter, right? I think I'm gonna go with these. Those ones. That should work. And they each get sword. I need 4 with sword. There's so many different options. It's just going through and finding them, you know? Nope. Have not. Bug Platter Beast of Trawl? Yeah, but they had to stop at the restaurant at the end of the universe to get the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. So, you know. Just saying. Alright, that is 3 of the left arms. I need 2 more left arm options. Let's see. I mean, I guess that's 1. The left arm. Oh, they're the same one, but that'll be fine. There we go. 4 heads, 4 swords, 4 shields, lower and upper. Okay. So these are all the extra bits. Yeah. So these are all of the extra bits after building the 12 knights and barons. Yep. Yeah, bits box. Yeah, when I decide to go and build a unit of knights with 2-handed axes, I'll have plenty of them. Because there's 2 per, and then I can build a unit of melee weapon, like picks and maces as well. So that'll be cool. Dingy! How's it going? I'm doing alright. I just built the Blue Retinue Baron. And I have his command group with the bannermen and 4 knights with medium shields and swords ready to go. So it's going all right. We're getting things built up. We're getting more of these models closer to being ready to go. And I also decided, instead of priming black, I'm going to prime in earth brown, so that there's no natural black in it. It'll just be a dark color. I mean, I'm working on it 6 hours a week. And I do still have 8 pieces of terrain to build, because that comes in this box. Yeah, that's what badgers do. Yeah, I'm over here talking about how I want to buy a couple of the boxes of mounted sergeants and a box of mounted knights so I can add some cavalry to this force. do a couple extra retinues and everything as expansions. No. No. How dare you even suggest me lowering my productivity? The productivity is what makes me feel comfortable about buying so many models. Like, seriously, if I'm looking at... If I'm looking at, buying, 5 of these, that's a decent little bit of money spent, you know? But who doesn't want mounted sergeants? And then, you have the mounted knights. You have to have at least one of these, right? I mean... oh, that leaving? That's funny. But no, I mean, there's a dozen models in each of those boxes? I mean... I could see getting a few. Building up an extra force. But I gotta finish this one first. Like I'd have a problem. I mean, come on. What's gonna be weird is if I decide I don't want to work on this for a day or two. You know? Word. Yep. I like being consistently online, you know? Having those 2 hobby days where I can guarantee I'll get some stuff done feels really good. Because sometimes in the week, there isn't a lot of time otherwise to do anything. But I can always look forward to these 2-3 hour periods. And just sit here and hang out and, feels good. I don't always know what I'm going to work on each of these streams, but something gets done. You're the one that bought them. It makes sense to have them, but it does mean that you need to work on them at some point. Like if you're running that 6-day stretch right now, when you get done with the 6 days, instead of going out, go in, order a food or two, and just sit down and start working on the models. Put on some music or something, you know? I'm working on the legs right now so that I can glue them to the bases, let them fully cure while I'm cleaning up the rest of it. Figured that would help. Yeah, if only 2 of the 6 have the option to having two-handed weapons, then in a box of 24, I'd be able to get 8 two-handed weapons. So I do eventually get another box of the knights. Well, I mean, I guess this is only... Yeah. I could do 4 two-handed axes from a box. A starter box. There we go. Ooh, hacking. I hope you have a lot of fun. An exclusive crowd. Come on. Not like you're going to a 40K tournament. A day of much drinking as well. Oh. Be careful. Don't overdo it. But also enjoy. Oh. That's annoying. But, yeah. That away. Yeah. That makes sense. Yep. I just glued my finger to the shield. With plastic glue. So, since this is going to be the banner guy, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to put it back on there. It's fine. I'll clean it up. It's just battle damage, right? What? Oh, wow. That's just... You know, I don't get it. I don't get it sometimes. Yeah. 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 It's like, it's a good thing that it's not your army then. Yeah. Hey, Kraken! Yeah, you said right in the video. Haha, look, I did the 3 coats gloss varnish. Yeah. Some people just don't care. By taking him more seriously, do you mean giving him a hard time back? Oh, I'm super enjoying building the models. I haven't played it yet. I'm already thinking about putting another $200 to $300 in for orders on a whole bunch of mounted units. But not until I'm done with this box. Yeah, I was, I've decided that the red retinue is going to have yellow and red. What is it? Declare? And, I haven't decided on the blue retinue yet. But yeah, these mounted knights, you get 12 in a box. Well, 12. Oh, that's just outside of screen. Okay. 12 minis in a box. That's not what I want. Alright. 12 mounted in the box. And then... Yep, 12. 12 models in a box. Yeah. It's right below that, of course. Just zoom right there. Yeah, 12 models. So, you get, yeah, 4 sets of 3 horses and guys. At least I'm pretty sure. I mean, I bought 1 unit of 12, so I could just, yeah, you know what? Hold on. And you get 12 bases. Yep. 4 sprues of 3. And 4 sprues of 3. So yeah. Well, 12. Yep, so 12 mounted sergeants, and you're looking at, if you buy 5 of them, what, $38 a box? So less than $200, you get 60 of them. Yeah. I'm interested in adding to it. Oh, yeah. Give me a moment. What's the best? Let's see. This is a decent scale reference, right? Running Krieg. Knight. Taking a swing. They're not as heroic proportion, but they're not too far off the same height-wise. They're maybe, what, 2 millimeters shorter? Maybe. So. Yep. And then you have to remember that if you buy a box of the Sergeant, you get 24 models in a box. No, it's okay. So the Sergeants, the Knights, the Peasant Levy, they're all 24 to a box. The mounted ones are the 12 to a box. Because you're technically getting a horse and rider. And then after building the 12 models I needed for the 2 barons and 10 knights, I still have all of these extra arms and heads for other things that I want, if I want to use them. So there's still probably 5 or 6 different ways I could build the next unit off of these. Like if I want to do the maces or the picks or hand axes or even the 2-handed axes, they're all available still. So if I get another couple of the knight sprues, I can build the other ones instead of just following along with what I already did. So a lot of flexibility in how they can get built. Like, I'm already thinking about how I want to get another thing of the knights to do 2-handed axes as a unit. Anyway, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting these finished and built so I can start painting them. Neither of these forces actually have the crossbows, so I'll be able to build a crossbow unit at some point. That'd be cool. So, got the Baron built, working on the 5 Knight. The next is 5 Sergeants. They're going to have Mail, Large Shield, and Falchion. So all of those Falchion arms that have Mail that I didn't use in the previous one, because I had padded armor, this is where I use those. Yeah, Mail and Large Shield. That's going to be a pretty hefty unit to move. Do anything to it. Be interesting. I do also find it interesting that there's technically only 4 units per side, because the Baron gets put in the command group with the Knights. So there's technically only 4 moving parts per force in this. So it shouldn't be that hard to keep track of what's going on. So yeah, I think as far as a starting retinue list, this is actually like a perfect size to learn a game. So like, I haven't actually played it, but 4 is enough that you can keep track of different aspects and do different things. So. Yep, they did a plastic characters and commander set, and they also did the retinue box, which has a couple of mounted and a bunch of other models in it. And I haven't gotten that, but there's a lot of duplication in that one, so we'll see. Yep, I saw that. I mean, it has some pretty interesting parts to it. I don't know. I think it depends on how far you want to go with customizing the models. Yeah. Was it 4 models and a dog? I don't remember. I know that the retinue box, I think, has a dog in it. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the big thing for me is I did just get the retinue box. Or not the retinue box, but the Swords and Bows style game. Yeah, it's the Baron's War. It takes place in well, what, 1215 to 1265 time period? Like, the boxes give a range, but the Baron's War itself, the 2 Baron's Wars, took place in the early to mid 1200s. So yeah, it's all sergeants and knights and yeah, Robin Hood. I'm actually planning on doing a Robin Hood type retinue in the future, where it's a whole bunch of farm implements and bowmen for another one. So yeah, it's got a lot of potential for reenacting historical stuff, but also, yeah, the models are really cool, and like I showed a few minutes ago, they're not too far off the scale of a 40k infantryman. Well, I mean, the peasant levy is quite a lot of options already. Like, you already get enough to build all the different bows. I'm just thinking about going heavy in that build area. Yeah. I mean, so this is the Baron for the blue retinue. He's got a two-handed weapon. He's wearing mail. And then I have the banner bearer, who has a sword, wearing mail, and has a medium shield. And I can do a banner off of the spear. Well, here's the thing. Let me just get the box. This box... Alright. The starter box here. This has 54 models in it. This is 2 500-point retinues, or 1 1,000-point retinue. This is $130 US. This has the rulebook and everything you need in it, including 8 barricades. You have a 1,000-point game, 2 500-point forces in this one box for $130 US. Yep. Heavy on archers, more green shades, yeah. But that's the whole thing. It's like, there's so many options. Well, it comes with 54 models in the box and 8 pieces of terrain. And I'm 7.5 hours in to building everything. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to paint them, but... and the bases also have a spot for a 3mm magnet to be inset into it. So, we're already ready for magnets. Yep. Hello! Go. He's going in for a thrust. It's going well. I'm nearly done building these 6 guys. I just have all the pieces cleaned up, just need to glue them down. And then we're gonna go to... Ooh, do I want to build the sergeants? Or do I want to go to the bowmen? I think sergeants. Sergeants is... I'm just gonna work down the list. Night. A stabula batratrix. No, I'm not expecting these to take anywhere near as long to paint up. There's 3 or 4 main colors on it, and then I could just toss a wash over that, and it's done. Like, there's mail and a sword. The shields I can go as deep as I want to into making them look good, but there's like little padded armor underneath, and, you know, then a couple of leather belts, and that's pretty much it. Toss some texture paste down and a couple of tufts. There's not a whole lot that needs to be done on these, paint-wise. I can go into more detail, but they're not really necessary. Yeah. I mean, it's 61 models, just as Armageddon was, but I don't think this is going to take, you know, what? I'm 7.5 hours into this project. I don't expect it to take me another 150 hours. Yeah, it's not going to take me 15 hours to build them. I mean, being that I'm almost done with 6 of 27 for this side, you know, it might take me 10 hours to build them all. Maybe 11. It's not going to be as long. I know that much. And that also includes the whole scraping the bases clean, you know? That adds a little bit to the time. All right. There we go. We've got the Baron and his command group. Now I have 5 sergeants to build with mail, large shield, and falchion. So you think yes. Okay. Alright. There's 5 sergeants with mail. So the idea was we're going to talk a little bit about getting into the new box. It's a little bit disappointing on the number of terrain pieces, but if it's the core box, the core rules, the 2 gangs, and the dice necessary, and then adding 2 books to that. Yeah, it does fill out the Escher. That does finish that. And since Escher was one of the ones that I wanted, it definitely makes sense. Alright, this is gonna be male large. So torsos. Legs. I've never played it. I'm just now asking about it because I did buy some Escher, and now they're relaunching the rules. So instead of buying a whole bunch of old books, that makes sense to go in when there's, when it's starting out, yes. Five large shields. Got falchion. Male with falchion. Three. Okay, there are 3 on each. They accrued up. Okay. Alright, so for the sergeants in the previous one, I did a bunch of... Let's see. I guess I can just use the nasal helm. Just use these ones. Yeah, okay. There's 5 of them right there. Might as well just use those 5. Okay, that's all the pieces I need for that. That's how fast that was to cut out. All of these are extra bits. So I have 1 set of legs, and then 7 extra torsos? I wonder if I'm going to need those for the other guys. 16 more guys? How many more do I have? I'm curious now. 3... 4... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... That's the 16 torsos I'm gonna need. So... Yeah, it is a lot of extra bits. So, they actually give you extra torso options. So, yeah, look at all of these extra heads and crossbows and padded arms and mailed arms and all the heads. All these heads. There's a horn. There's so many extra bits. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. There's also so many different ways to build these guys, like... This is just so many extra random bits. Okay. I know they also sell a medieval... Oh, not a medieval. What is it? The Dark Age army builder or something like that? Where they give you a whole bunch of bodies. And you could just add extra weapon options and everything to them. That could be an interesting thing to pick up at some point. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. A little time. I'm just looking at it and it's like, it's already a great price. And then they give you all these extra bits that you can use for other things. You don't understand the bases. Okay, so here's what's going on with the bases. I'll demonstrate. So these are on a puddle base. Puddle base it's glued on the side that has the lip. And then the puddle base pretty much falls flush with the rim of the base. So when you put the texture paste into it, or glue and sand, it's even. They're not on a bulge. And then that hole right here, it's a 3x1 magnet. So the magnet goes right in there, and it's magnetized. Yeah. So they take a few minutes to clean, because they come on their own sprues. But once they're done, you have a magnet hole already ready, and it gets rid of the lip from puddle bases. Yep, it's just the War Games Atlantic. Yep. And this is in case you have models that don't have the puddle. You can glue them on top instead, and then have space for a magnet underneath. So this is if you have no puddle base. This is if you have a puddle base. Yeah. It's going pretty well. Conquest minis instead of Baron's War. I mean, there's always the possibility of getting the Baron's War as well. They're not that expensive. It's just time to work on them, you know? Like, their prices are decent enough that if I felt like I wanted to have, like, fully... If I needed to buy, say, the Knights, the Foot Knights, and the Peasant Levy to build a particular force, even doubling the cost, it's not too much to be like, oh no, I can't do that. Like, you know, the boxes being, what, $45 a piece for 24 models? Like, Oh no, even if I doubled the cost to $4 a model, it's not that bad. So I definitely want them to stay in the same price range because of that reason. But I definitely feel more likely to, say, purchase the Conquistadors at some point, or any of their World War I and World War II stuff, and I already own some of their Death Fields models. I own the Dwarf Heat Box, the Eisenkern, or whatever they are. I bought those a long time ago to see what they were like, and they're pretty nice models too. Or yeah, I think that, I don't know, that might not be the right name, but the concept. The Death Fields Dwarves, whatever they're called. They're pretty cool too. And then I think I have some of the Cannon Fodder and Cannon Fodder 2 bodies that I got at a swap meet. Yeah, it's a weird spelling. Yeah, I might be getting it mixed up with something else, but still, they're good models too. I haven't decided yet. I might freehand. Most of the decals that I see are so many different options and not very many so each of the retinues would probably just have one Baron. So not all of them would have heraldry. Well, most of the heraldry decals out there are single copies of each. So you're not going to have cohesive anyway. Unless you bought, 6 sets of the same decal sheet. So I'm sure there are decal sheets out there that would fix that a little bit, but I don't know. Freehand works. I mean, I'm not gonna like freehand the is it the lions, or what kind of bird is it? There was one shield that had one of the heraldries had like 6 birds on it or something like that. I don't think I can freehand that properly, but no, not a phoenix. It's let me see if I can pull it up. Chonk bird. Yes, definitely. Downloads. That would have been this one? No. Oh, of course. Just make it, of course, right? That it's the... Alright. Share the screen. So, like this one. See if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. They're like birds. And whatever Like, they have animals on these, and I don't think I would be able to actually freehand those. But, like, the Montfort's stripes? Yeah, I could freehand stripes. I could freehand some checkerboard pattern. I can't get that in the screen. Let's see. There we go. Checkerboard, I could do. You know, this I could possibly do. But, like, these, I don't think I could do that. Yeah, it could be doves, it could be several other things. Where is the... Go. Finding pictures and sharing. Okay. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Declares stripes or upward pointing stripes. Like that, I think I can do. And that's actually what I'm planning on doing for the red retinue. Because Declare's heraldry also gets used in the second Baron's War. So that I think I can easily do. But like, I'm not gonna try to how do I get that into frame? Like, I wouldn't try to freehand something like this. I would need to find a decal for that. So there's some options out there that I think I can do, and others that I can't. Mandeville. Yeah. But I think a few of those are easier to freehand than others. So I'm honestly considering things that I can freehand as the options that I choose. And they didn't have printing. So, you know, they had to draw each of them out every time. So, you know, I should be able to get close to the right ones. I just have a much smaller palette than... or not palette, canvas. I have a much smaller canvas than they did. But I think I can make it work. Solvix. They are not fully flat, but I also don't have a printer. I go to the library and use theirs if I need to print something. It's less expensive than owning a printer. Yeah, there's just a little bit of a curve to it. Yeah. Um, I think I can choose things that I can freehand for the initial 2 retinues. I don't think it's that important to like go into all the different details, but over time I'll probably need to get one. Even add some texture. Yeah. Speaking of texture on shields, when I was gluing the Bannerman's shield down, I got my finger stuck to the shield, so it's got a little bit of a texture to it now. Yeah, I guess I should purchase the Necromunda box. I should actually get into Necromunda. I already purchased the Escher models, so it makes sense to just actually do it. Yeah. It's just, it doesn't have any of the cool terrain that I was hoping to get. MC Escher. Yeah, I was really hoping to get some of the terrain with it though. That's the big thing, but I can figure something out. So many options out there. Probably start by finishing all of the stuff I have in the house, right? I have several different things that could work that I should probably finish building and painting. And then there's also the whole, you know, everyone always builds the 1 foot by 1 foot tiles, and it's like, yeah, okay, I could do that too. Build my little slum city. Yes. The greatest slum city of all. Mine. Oh no. All the project. Make a paste noodles shop for it? Ooh, yum. Paste noodles. Yeah, it sounds like I need to buy the book. And then when the other two books come out, I'll probably need those. At least the first of the two. But, I mean, they're books. They're... I don't know. Teach me how to play. Yep. Well, I need to purchase and build the starter box. Work on some terrain, get that done, then a campaign. So I have a little bit of ways to go before I need to actually look into campaign. Yeah, definitely no reason not to get into a campaign if I have the book and models and the slum city. Oh, and I'll even have to watch a movie, get references of a slum city. Yep. I'll have to re-watch that movie. Yep. Always great when you get to rewatch all of the old movies that were all dystopian, you know? They're always so fun. My immediate thought went to, Demolition Man. Kowloon City. Oh. Okay. Yep. That sounds about right. Yeah. But no, rewatching movies like Demolition Man and uh, Escape from New York. That might be fun to rewatch. And Judge Dredd and Dredd, both really good. Um, could probably add wow. I need to hydrate. Yeah. Dredd was a good movie. I still think it should have been not named Dredd. He was kind of a secondary character. But other than that, there's so many good older movies that were like that. Yeah. These sergeants are quite armored. Mail and large shield and falchion. Oof. What other movies had good atmosphere for that? Okay. I guess there's another storm coming through? Ugh. Ghost in the Shell? That's yeah, that could work. You know, I was thinking Alita, but that's a little bit too clean. A little bit too clean, really. That it doesn't have quite the same feel. Okay. For some reason, he thinks that thrusting with Falchion's a good idea. There we go. 5 sergeants, male, falchion, large shield. All right. All right. So we got about 40 minutes left. Do I start on the bowman? Or do I try to build the barricades? Because I don't think I'll be able to build the bowman fully in 40 minutes. I don't know if I could build all of the barricades in 40 minutes either. So. Okay. Continuing on the blue retinue. 7 bowmen. I don't think it actually matters, because they're just bowmen. So I think I just put things out. They even have the option for slings, which is really cool. Just drop that. One. Two. Hot water into the tea. There's a bunch of quivers and arrows stuck in the ground and stuff. I haven't used any of them yet. I think I might wait on those particular things for the retinue of mainly bowmen, just to make them stand out a little bit. I don't have to. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of them, but just trying to keep the excess bits a little bit easier to keep track of on this one. Then we have at rest. There's 4 That's all the bow arms on this one. These guys are all going to have you know what? Whatever. Sure. That's a cap. Oh, I used all of those. Okay. Got. They're at rest. They're gonna need a right hand. H. That I used H. Oh no, that. I suppose one of them can be pointing. That's this one. Need another right hand. I guess one of them's gonna get a. I guess one of them's gonna get a horn. Alright. That's 4 bows, 4 bodies, for three heads. We got 4 heads. Haha. One more. Yeah, this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna just take the 3. And then 3 more bows. So D1. So there it is. Five bows. Six, 7. All right. So now it's pretty much everything's on the desk. I just have to start cleaning them. Yes. I just don't like the idea that the bows are matching pairs. I don't think it's really that important. I could have different arms holding different areas. Just because they are numbered doesn't mean that they need to go together. But I don't know. We'll keep it that way. And these things are easy to clean up. They're not too complicated. The fact that they have the torso connection where they do, pretty nice to swap whatever legs you want on there. Yeah, this isn't that bad. They are pretty good minis. I'm really liking them. I haven't painted any of them yet, but they're going together pretty nice. Like, there's only 4 places that have connectors on each of the bodies. So it's just a matter of going through and cleaning them up and quick pass of the knife to get rid of any slight mold lines there might be. That was the legs. That was all the legs cleaned up. Each of these only have 2 places that need to be, and they don't even need to be perfectly scraped because that's where the arms go. So it's just taking out the excess, that snipping them, you know, I didn't clip them perfectly flush. Like, the bows are going to take longer to clean, but honestly, I might... I'm probably going to just go over a little bit. If I were to build any levy that were not green, the lowest of the trained, if I were to build any, like, veteran levy, or even regular levy, I could see using some of the sergeant heads for that. Like, they might not have good armor or anything, but they realize the importance of protecting the head. It'd be an interesting thing if I felt like doing that at some point. All right. They glue down so nice, don't they? There. Yep. Yeah, I want to see some more Tau built, you know? It's always fun to see the projects getting built, you know? They need their arms now. They're just random dudes standing around, you know. No actual... They haven't decided if they're going to be the spear levy or the bow levy yet, you know? Because they're pretty much the same at the moment, you know? Just legs and torso. Aha. Alright. That way I have more time for it to dry. Glue to set. Where was it? So, this box has the 8 barricades in it. That's part of what I'm going to build and paint. But I am also going to eventually need to build some medieval terrain. You know, some buildings and stuff. So I've seen some stuff that I wouldn't mind getting if I could find it, you know, not import fees and tariffs and all that stuff. So I'll keep an eye out for that. Because it would be nice to have a nice big set of terrain for that too. Broadside next? Go for it. Are you doing big gun or the missile? Guessing the big gun, right? Big gun. Yeah. Just a lot of cleanup. We're nearly done, though. I have 3 sets of bow arms to clean up, and then just some models to glue together. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. We will have 9 levy and 8 barricades still to work on for the next stream. Which isn't bad. Yeah. Everything will be built by the end of the next stream. Pretty good. Depending on weather, it might be ready to get painted next week. It'll depend on how the weather is, but I'm going to use the flat earth brown primer instead of black. A more natural shadow color, not as dark. So should be good. I'm not sure if I want to do a zenithal over them as well. If I'm going to be painting some stuff in slightly brighter colors, I mean, honestly, I think just doing 2 layers is easier than trying to do a zenithal and all that stuff. I don't know. We'll just do that one. Okay. So the dude that's just standing is this guy. This guy is going to get pointing. Okay. Where you can actually stick. You. Well. Okay. one bowman done. And entered that. Shoulders. Not quite looking where he's just shot, but whatever. Alright. How's it going, Vito? Ah. No. Back here. Ah. No. Okay. There we go. Getting ready to blow on the horn. 4 models left for the bowman. Yeah, we're getting it done. There we go. Okay. 3 remaining. How am I gluing myself to the other side when I haven't put glue over there? Ah. I think the glue ran through the front of the model and got to the other side. Oh. Okay. All right. I did not need to just do that, but I did. I put a tiny drop of the glue where the arrow and the bow cross. Just so that it's not quite as likely to break. Future. That gives... Instead of having this be the point of bend, it's here for the arrow. A little bit more of a safety there, kind of. I don't know. It might not actually make a difference, but tiny piece of, a tiny drop of glue right there didn't hurt anything. Alright. Alright, alright. Yep. So, we have... We did the Baron. Going in with two-handed weapon. Here, let's do this. Alright. Oof, that is not the focus level I wanted. Alright. We have the Baron. We have the Bannerman. We have the other 4 knights with medium shields and mail. And swords. We have the 5 sergeants with mail, falchions, and large shields. Then we have 7 bowmen. Just the normal levy bodies with bows. This is Baron's War. 2nd edition. Sorry, I have it focused to show models, but comes with 54 models and the rulebook and all the other things that it needs. Play. Anyway, and then we have these guys. And this guy. So that means we just have the 9 levy remaining for Blue Retinue. And that's 9 normal dudes with spears. If I drop the focus to here, I can go off the back of this box. I zoomed in. Alright. Where? Like that. Then ready for paint. Yeah, I have 9 levy and 8 barricades to build. And then I can prime and start painting. But yeah, this box is $130. This guy? Oh, okay. Sweet. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yellow and green, and then the facing to his right. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty cool. Mordheim de Grot? I mean, I could theoretically play Mordheim with them. There's several different games I can play with these models. So, one of the reasons why I wanted to play it, you know, get these models built. So, nice, solid 3 out of the 4 units are built. for the blue retinue. And I'm looking forward to doing the last unit. And the barricades. Next time. That feels good. I'm gonna be doing spears, so I don't even need these. Cool. Might need the heads. The most knightly knight that whoever lived. Pretty cool. Well, yeah, we'll have to clean these 9 bases as well for next time. Alright, we're gonna go raid out. But I hope everyone enjoyed. And I will be back again on Friday. So that we can probably finish building the 9 levee and the 8 barricades, so I can actually get to painting these things. So anyway, until the next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss. Good night, all. Have a great one.